I think donating plasma can actually be bad for your mental health, and here's why. Personally, I've been struggling with depression for well over a decade, ever since I was just entering my teenage years. It's just been something that runs in my family, and I really had a hard time with throughout high school. In my adult life, I've gotten a better handle on it, and really it's just kind of come and gone. It's not been as big of an issue. However, when I was donating plasma frequently, I definitely saw a correlation between donating plasma and my mental health doing worse. As a quick disclaimer, I have not found any research studies to support what I'm about to share. This is just my personal experience, and so it's just anecdotal evidence. Do with it what you will. It's also definitely worth mentioning that donating plasma is a good thing to do for other people. It's definitely a service that you're providing to people who need life-saving medications that come from plasma donations. So I definitely want to highlight that and say that if you're willing to go donate, despite the sacrifice that it is, then more power to you. That is absolutely a wonderful thing to do. I'm definitely not trying to say you should not go donate plasma. I just think it's important to consider all of the different impacts that donating plasma has on your life as an individual, and to not be blinded by the financial incentive of going and donating. But I think there's probably a lot of you out there that could relate to me in one way or another as I share my experiences here. I know mental health issues are not at all uncommon, especially in our world today. And depending on how you react to donating plasma, you might feel that there actually is maybe a connection between how my mental health is doing and donating plasma frequently. So really what this boils down to for me is when I go and donate plasma, the rest of the day I am just wiped out. It just completely takes out my energy. Based on interacting with you in the comments, I know there's a lot of you out there that feel like it doesn't make a big difference. You go in and leave feeling almost the exact same as you did when you got there. But for me, I can't have anything else going on for the rest of the day because I'm wiped out. I feel like I've struggled with low energy even without donating plasma. So the fact that donating plasma wipes me out on top of already having chronic fatigue issues, it's just not a good combination. As we all know, the mind and the body are very much connected. So when I'm having low energy or when I just feel totally depleted and exhausted, my mental state is going to suffer. And being somebody that already has issues with depression and not the best mental health, it's just kind of a spiral from there. It's a slippery slope. So that affects how I feel, and then that affects my family and those around me. And so really the cost of low energy is quite high and not really something that I'm willing to pay, and not something that I feel is equally compensated by the pay you get from plasma donations. That being said, if you remove all the possible negative side effects, even if donating plasma had zero negative effect on me whatsoever, I felt totally normal after donating, it might still not be worth my time or energy at this point in my life. And I'm gonna explain that more in a later video because I know I've made so many videos talking about how it could be a potentially good side hustle that's worth your time. But at this point in my life, and especially considering what I'm talking about right now, it really doesn't make a lot of sense for me. So stay tuned and subscribe because I'm gonna make more content explaining my line of thinking there. So the core of my message is, I feel like I've struggled with mental health issues for a really long time, namely depression. And when I go donate plasma, I feel that there's a pretty strong correlation between the low energy I experience after that and feeling depression and symptoms of that stronger in my life. So if you feel like you can relate at all to that, where donating plasma leaves you feeling a certain way, which then has any number of impacts or effects on your life, maybe it's a good idea to reevaluate what benefit are you receiving from it and is it worth it to you. So while I do believe that donating plasma is a great thing to do and can be a nice supplement to your income, I do think that there are a lot of possible negative consequences that need to be considered. So needless to say, I haven't donated plasma for quite some time and my mental health is doing really well. Don't worry about me in that regard. And I'm certainly not saying that donating plasma caused me to have depression, or when I was donating plasma, I just had horrible mental health. I'm simply saying that because I donated plasma and experienced low energy as a side effect, I feel like the depression I was already experiencing was worsened. So hopefully this is insightful and useful to those of you who are debating whether or not they should donate plasma or continue, especially if you have mental health struggles of your own. And if you have any questions, I love interacting with you guys in the comments. Feel free to leave me a comment. I'm gonna be releasing more videos soon about donating plasma and more of my choice to stop donating and why I made that choice. So even though my channel's pivoting a little bit, I still have several videos in the queue that are about donating plasma, and the future videos and content that I produce will be about improving your financial situation and should still be interesting and resonate with those of you that have been here from the beginning or came because I was talking about donating plasma. So I hope you'll stick around with me as my content continues to evolve and change, and I appreciate all of you that have been here from the beginning. I'll do my best to continue to provide value to you, and if you have anything that you'd like to see or any questions that you have, again, feel free to leave a comment. I try to respond to almost every single comment, and I love interacting with you guys and learning more about what's going on in your life. So thank you, and we'll see you in the next video.